welcome back. Gonna get another episode in of our free-to-play leveling guide, which at this point is just sort of turned into just kind of having fun playing the game, leveling, and trying to stay on top of making YouTube videos occasionally. Gives us an excuse to make a video. So just a heads up, may get interrupted a couple times during the recording of this video, we'll see. But time of day is kind of perfect here to try to get some bream fishing in. I guess we'll do 2 pearl barleys and is this one maggots? It's actually worms. Let's go with maggots. The good thing about worms is that size 12. Let's try maggots for now. Just want to really test to see if we can try to get some bream out of this hole. It's time of day wise, it's just a perfect time to hopefully get some bream. So we'll see if this pays off. Got a little rain, temperature's going down. So we'll see how this works. Might as well do a little shoveling. Unfortunately, the rain will lower our comfort, which will mean that we don't have much energy. This won't be a super long video, but I just want to keep plugging away when we can. If you've been around lately in my stream, we have been working in more Russian Fishing 4 again as we can. But there's also a lot of other things going on. We've got Division 2 beta right now. Looking forward to Anthem coming out, Division 2 in a couple months. Or in a month, I guess. And so, just a lot going on, but I'm definitely enjoying being back into Russian fishing some more. So, we'll continue to do that as we can. Alright, let's see what we're getting here on the maggots. Best case scenario is this to be a little white bream or something. It's a little crucian. We're just going to release that. Actually, at this level, we probably should keep everything, because we have such little silver that every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. So if you watched the last video, the last thing we did was we purchased this Asteria feeder. So this is going to be the best rod we have now, but we don't have a reel for it yet, so we just put a spark on there. We've really got but this rod can grow with us. Right now we're saving up for the next reel, so we can start putting together some more decent rigs as we head to Old Berg. The other thing we need to start doing is working on crafting, because we are going to want to be able to craft garlic dough at Old Berg if possible. So, but again, we're going to have a lot of silver to make that happen. If this pearl barley doesn't pick up, we're going to switch to something else. Because if the bream are not biting, or if we can't get the bream to bite, then we'll definitely just be fine with catching a bunch of rough or whatever else. At what point can we start, it's been so long since I've done any of this, at what point can we start using ground bait? It looks like it, actually, we're almost there. So that'll be worth it. Alright. Another not too impressive fish here. Alright, that is a rough. It is clipped, we're just not casting it very far. Let's try to get it like a little more out towards the middle of the hole, I guess. Alright, that did clip successfully. This is just too slow on the pearl barley. I was trying to see if we could look at, of course you can always go to weeklies, but we really want to see more on Mosquito Lake. Bread? Maybe we should try bread? We're definitely not able to make cottage cheese dough yet. Alright, finally the pearl barley. Let's see if this is actually a bream. It's a roach. Alright, we can now do paternoster, which means we can start doing ground bait, which that may help. So we have to buy some feeders though, and I don't think we can afford those just yet, but that really might help. Alright, I guess we'll keep pearl barley on that one. Alright, let's see if we catch anything on bread. It's gonna be another rough, isn't it? Well, if we're catching rough, let's switch to regular worms. Rough will bite the worms just as much, and the worms are free. And maybe we switch to bread on this one. Let's switch one of them to bread. Let's do some experimentation here. Maybe these Mosquito Lake Bream are a little different. They might not be into the pearl barley here. Alright. As long as we don't catch a big carp or something on that bread. What is our field of view set at? Alright, it's pretty good. We could go to camp and try this 5-meter hole maybe. It couldn't be much worse than this, right? Alright, so this should be, so it's something on worms. It's actually, it's not going to be a rough, I don't think. And bread caught something too. Just like a bream? Yeah, ooh, that's nice. I like that. I like that. Let's see what's on the bread. Is that a crucian? Okay. Still nothing on pearl barley though. Well, I would normally expect the pearl barley to do pretty well on bream, so alright, this will be a rough. Which, rough, as we've talked about before, rough are not a bad way to grind out some silver at low levels. especially if you get lucky on the cafe order, but a lot of keepers. It's good. That white bream is really nice, though. If we could actually successfully target those, that would be awesome. So cheapest feeders, we could get a couple for about, or even if we just want to use one for now, or just under 3 silver, and then just a cracker base, get a couple of those, $1.20 or 120 silver, maybe with what can we do? Chopped worm would be fine. Maggots and porridge, I mean that's what's typically in the bream mix anyway, and anise oil. Well, we can't use that yet, so maybe not do an attractant. You don't have to use an attractant when you make it. So we might put some fake bream mix together, ground bait, to see if that increases our bite rate on the bream. Let's see if we have anything going here. Probably another rough. Yep. All right. We're going to move these one at a time to try to keep lines in the water as much as possible. Does this look right? It does. And really 15 should be fine. See if this hole treats us any better. And I do want to give the pearl barley an opportunity at the other hole before we completely abandon pearl barley. And we might should put that back on maggots in case there are bream in the hole. I think the bream prefer maggots over the worms, although you can definitely catch bream on worms occasionally. And bread's not doing enough. I think I think I'll switch this one to maggots actually. The other thing with worms and maggots, might occasionally catch a tench, although we're not fishing in traditional tench locations by any stretch. Looks like there's a fish on here. Nope. We've got this hole that we're fishing in, of course this bank and this bank. We could also try to cast one straight. I don't think with our current setup we're going to hit this hole from here though. Our best chance would be this little, one of these little spots here, and I'm not sure we'd even hit it from there. Not sure we would. Why did I buy so many potatoes? Oh yeah, for crafting, right? We were crafting potato cubes. Let's see if we still get points from this. Okay, that's good. Sorry about that. Like I said, I may have a couple of quick interruptions here. All right. So we're still getting points on potatoes, so since we bought so many, we might as well do that. At least it's something we can, without spending money, keep leveling that up. There's another nice white bream, just on regular worms, so maybe we'll catch one or two more. When all else fails, just put the worms out there. Let's make sure there's nothing else on. Pearl barley has not worked at all. I'm wondering if with the ground bait mixed in with it, if pearl barley would do better. It may just be that the bream aren't biting very good right now, except for the white bream. So potato cubes. Oh, are we out now? Yeah, okay, so we made all the potatoes we can. Okay. Just those two white bream will give us a little bit of silver. We'll at least be able to get, so that next time we'll be able to start using, you know, a little bit of ground bait maybe. Will this show me what is in bream mix even before I can make it? Yeah, okay. So the maggots and the porridge, I don't think we can use pearl barley yet, but we could do a cracker base with maggots and porridge. I bet it will still work pretty decent for bream. All right, we're getting a nibble here on the, what's this, maggots? Yeah. Really surprised about this pearl barley though. I don't know what I was thinking would happen, but I was really expecting pearl barley to do better. So that is a bream. It's a really small one, but wait, what was that? Ooh, hey. Crap. Come on now. Maybe that wasn't actually a fish. Maybe that was just the line settling. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Come on. Come on. Well, we we need this to be a white bream. If it's a bream, it's not a marker. Well, let's take the clip off. Let's just get it way out there if we can. So for tench and stuff, like kind of back in this corner, sometimes it can be good if you can find the tench back there and the moss and stuff. Make cheese down here. We're still a little ways away from that. I mean, you can occasionally get tench on the worms though. Another bite on the pearl barley. It must have just been a location issue. Ooh. There we go. This might be a real fish. Let's take it easy. It still could be a non-marker, to be honest, but this is with these little 3.5 reels, like we don't have a lot of power. See what it is. Yeah. Nice. That is what I am talking about. So it's a location issue, I think, on that on the pearl barley. Bream are hanging out farther out in the middle, looks like. There's another white bream though. That's nice. All right, let's see what we can do here. I do need to wrap this video up here shortly, but I'm trying to see what we can see. So we definitely are on the white bream in this little location, which I kind of like. Worms and maggots catching white bream right out there in that little hole. And it looks like, oh yeah. Yes. Another keeper, I believe. So is it just a matter of location? And this is encouraging though, because this is, if this is happening, I think what we will try to do is next video we'll focus more on starting ground bait, starting to use ground bait. Ooh, you hear that? All right, that's the sign of a disaster about to happen. So, all right, I think we're good now. Let's go back to the other one. See if we can get both these fish in. This is the bigger fish, so I want to focus on this one. We're not losing line on the other one anymore, so as long as it doesn't snap it. But this guy's a legitimate, maybe 1.5 kilo, 1.6, something like that. Here he comes. Ooh, I hear the line going again. Alright. Yeah, 1.1, I'm way off. If we caught a real bream right now, it's going to just snap our stuff, but I don't know. Guess it's worth it. See if I'm wrong. Maybe this will be the bigger one. But I like this camp area because you really can sort of fish for some different things at the same time. Oh, that was a big old common roach. Holy cow. I think more in this direction is actually working even better. This is something small though. Might be a white. Yeah. So we're finally on the fish here. Finally getting on the fish. So we kind of settled on pearl barley after we found the right position for it, and then worms here for the whites. Although that was a regular bream as well. We need to see how much these bream are worth, the keepers here at Mosquito, to see if it is worth. I think it's worth the risk we're running of getting our stuff snapped, but I just want to make sure of that. All right, we're going to give it another couple minutes here, and then we're going to wrap this up. See if we can get one more fish. Alright, let's go ahead and bring this one in. Ooh, perfect timing. I want to leave us time to see what the fish are worth, and then we'll wait till next video to think about what we're going to purchase. Alright, so come on, be another keeper. Be another keeper. Might not be, might be just under. Yeah, it's way under. Alright, this will be interesting. This will also give us some direction on what's gonna be the best use of our time with our current gear level. I like the idea though of going ahead and starting the progression on ground bait. Ground bait is such an important part of doing efficient feeder fishing, and, you know, so our common roach was almost big enough. Okay, white bream. Alright. Oh, it has that rough order. If we were playing for a longer period of time, we'd hit that rough order, but alright, so let's go by price. Alright, so these bream are 3 silver a piece. So if you pop it, we're using the cheap hook and the cheap sinker, so 1 bream is worth what we would lose. So yeah, totally worth it. Look at these nice white bream as well. And then rough pay a silver, more than a silver each, or right at a silver. And then the undersized bream, those are not worth much. They're worth more than other undersized stuff we're catching, but all right, 24 silver. At this level, that is not a bad little session, though. I mean, we can do a lot with that silver. All right. So that will do it for now. We should be able to get some feeders, a couple of feeders maybe. Maybe we'll do 1 straight and 2 with feeders. and make some ground bait, and maybe craft some pearl barley, some other stuff as well. That's what we'll look at doing next time. But as always, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.